Facebook thing to work. It just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning. I'm gonna fix our YouTube at least. I do know we are live over on YouTube. Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right, let me fix this and then we'll get started. We have lots to chat about today. Let me do subscribers. All right, and let's do this. I really wish I could get Facebook to work, but it just keeps spinning. So we might not be able to cast to Facebook today. Doesn't like me. I don't know why. Hey, support. Yeah, let's do that. Why don't you try to boost? Over to Crazy Lamp Lady and Niknax page. Yeah, I open it up and it just shows my personal page, and then all the pages just keep circling. I don't know what's going on. All right. So let me pull up my notes. You guys know Christina always gives me lots of notes, which I appreciate because otherwise I'd just ramble the whole time. For notes, we've got lots. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone who participated in this weekend's events, from the handmade market on Friday to the zoo. It was an amazing weekend. And even Memorial Day, there were so many things happening yesterday. We had so many members active, so much. I wasn't expecting it. Honestly, I thought, oh, everyone's just going to be chilling. It's Memorial Day, it's going to be kind of just a chill day. And it was like, at one point we had 6 sales happening at the same time. It was nuts. Yes, yesterday was kind of a lousy day here in Pennsylvania, and then the sun came out. So we set up the bouncy house, and the girls were playing. It was a lot of fun. So it was a really great weekend. Oh, yay! Thank you, Sienna. Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't working for me, but we are now live on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you very much for support. So it was a good weekend. The zoo was fantastic. I want to thank everyone who participated, both in the live sales, those of you who listed your Buy It Now listings and tagged them for the homepage, the auctions, and everyone who went the extra mile and dressed up. How fun was the costumes? That was amazing. That was so great. So, for those of you who have not heard, we are hosting our first ever Knickknack costume contest. So if you go to the Knickknack homepage, you will see the banner announces costume contest. So what we asked is that all of our sellers, and all of our members were invited to participate in this costume contest. So everyone was invited, and you had to have your costume submitted by midnight on Sunday. So Christina pulled together all of the entries and posted them on Monday morning. Oh no! Oh no. So she posted them Monday morning. And if you go on to, let me show you, let me pull up the homepage here. I usually have it all ready to go, but I don't today. Here, let me turn you guys around. Okay, so here's our homepage. Look at that costume contest. I'm so proud of this banner that I made. I'm so proud of it. So I just wanted to show it off. Okay, so here we have all of these chat channels. I showed this in previous coffee chat videos. You'll see I've added some chat channels, and I'll go over those today. But the chat channel you want to find is this zoo vote costume contest, and then you will see all of our costume contest entries. So we have all of our entries here. So we invite you guys to go and scroll through. To cast your vote, you are going to heart it. So that is how you cast a vote. You react by hearting, by putting a heart on these photos. That is how you vote, and you have until Saturday to vote. So if you're a member of Niknax, yep, you come over, you vote for your top 3. And these are all of our, and they're so fun. They're so fun. Thank you guys so much for doing this, because it just, I loved it. I loved it so much. We've got Carol Baskin here. I love it. I love it, Janet. It's so good. So there you have it. So those are our contestants. Oh, look, people are on there right now. Hearting. You just saw a heart fly up. So that is how you do it. Yes, that's how you do it. Yeah. So then on Saturday, yeah, you click that. That must have been your heart flying up. That was your heart. That was like real time. Woo. So on Saturday, Christina and I are going to be together in Madison Bachville. We're planning on going live, and we will announce first place, second place, third place, and best in show. So first place wins a $100 shopping spree on Niknax. So $100 credit to shop around on Niknax. Second place, oh, and if it's a seller, they get featured on the homepage for a full week. Second place is $50 to shop around on Niknax. Third place is $20 credit. And best in show is yet to be announced. I haven't announced what the prize is yet for best in show. So those are the prizes for our costume contest. If you are sharing on social media, please be tagging Niknax Marketplace and also district.net. We want to see what you're putting out there. We want to see what you're sharing. Yeah, share your pictures on Instagram and make sure you're tagging Niknax Marketplace and district.net. District has offered to share it on their stories. So they're trying to ramp up their social media. So you could have your costume featured on their stories, which is really exciting. So make sure you're sharing to social media, rack up those votes. $100 is at stake. So that was really fun. So the zoo is not done yet. We have until next Saturday for the costume contest. So I still am shopping. I'm still shopping. Go watch my videos on YouTube. I post a video every day. All right. So that was what I wanted to cover. We've got lots of it. Now I can't find my notes. Where did my notes go? See, I made the screen too big. Now I can't find my notes. Okay. So the marketplace is growing. Surprise. We are at 22,000, I think almost 22,500, right? 22,477 members. Yay! And 3,030 sellers. So I was approving sellers over the weekends. I was rejecting sellers over the weekend. So make sure you are checking. I was going through it. So we are at 3,300 sellers. 3,030 sellers now. So there you go. We're continuing to grow. I think our average growth rate is, let me check, because I have insights into that, and I would be happy to share that with you guys. Our average growth rate is about, I'd say like 70 members a day, which is pretty great. But it could be better. It could be better. So I encourage all of you guys to go. I mean, we have spikes. Obviously, we have spikes. The average is 70 per day. So get out there. Share us on social media. Make sure you're tagging knickknacks.net. And yeah, give us some of those spikes. because we were doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. All right. So where are my notes? There we go. Okay. So we're really looking forward to the next event. We have announced that it is going to. We've decided on a name. I told you guys what the theme was going to be. It was going to be colorful colors. We want like as much color as you can pot, like colorful. Bring the color, like let's do rainbows and colorful things and all that. So we've decided on the name. The name is going to be Color Carnival. That is what we're going to call it, the Color Carnival. And the dates for that are the 22nd and 23rd, I believe. Yes. Okay. I'm jumping ahead. Okay. I'm jumping ahead. Wait. Okay. Let me go back up. We'll get to that. Okay. So there are some new chat channels. Let's go over those real quick. Let me go back to Niknax. Let me go over these chat channels with you guys. Turn you around. Stay in order. I know I'm so bad. I'm so bad at this. Okay. So here are some of our chat channels. Obviously, you guys don't have access to admins. Moderators is a new feature. So you may see some folks creeping around, but it's a good thing. These are moderators. So we've elected some moderators around the marketplace. They have the power. They have the power to, yes, they have a badge icon, and they have the power to delete chats, to remove people who are not behaving themselves in the sales. So basically, we're growing to a point where the admins can't keep an eye on everything. Yes, the neighborhood watch. Yes, you got a badge. You can't see it in the live sales, but you can see it out if you're in the chat channels. So if you were to comment, Peter, on the chat channels, you could see that you have a badge. So that's where moderators come in. So don't be surprised if you see somebody with a badge and you're like, well, who is this? Because we do have moderators now, and that's just to help keep the marketplace safe. If they see something uncomfortable in a live, they can address it. I still want to encourage everyone that even if you are not a moderator, you see something that doesn't seem right in a live, please screenshot it. Please get it to us. Whether you're sending it to an admin, a moderator, somebody, who is, somebody of authority in the marketplace, just please get it to us. We like to keep an eye on everything, but obviously we don't see everything. So please just let us know if you see something that just doesn't sit well. Okay, so calendar and shared files. Here is this is the one I made that really, I should probably just delete that because it was really sad. But here is the calendar of events and trains that Christina made. This is the one. This is the one that you want. Actually, I think that's down here, right? Didn't you put it down here, Christina? Okay, this is the one for all of you. I think maybe that one's for me. This is for you guys. So this is all of the events and everything down here for you guys. That's like a normal thing. That's not a new one. Let's go over the new one. So I made generic thumbnails for all of you guys. So I know one thing that's kind of a struggle is creating a thumbnail. So I was just playing around this weekend and I was like, I'm going to make some generic thumbnails that if you struggle with making thumbnails, you can grab these thumbnails and you can use them. So feel free to grab these thumbnails. If you're like, I don't know what to do for my thumbnail, just grab a thumbnail and throw it in there. They're Niknax branded. They say knickknacks.net. For instance, here's an ephemera. It takes a second. I noticed they're taking a second. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Okay, so this is obviously an ephemera. They're just kind of generic photos. Obviously, I don't know what you're going to be selling, and I hate putting stuff in the thumbnail that's not for sale. So that's why I just use generic images. So that's why they're. If you want to add to them, if you want to elaborate on them, if you want to plug these into Canva and spice them up, on this one here, this is kind of a generic. It's going to take a second. Come on, you can do it. Oh, okay. I left a space down here. So if you wanted to add something, if you wanted to add some text or do something down here, you could, add some photos. You can do whatever you want with these, but this was kind of templates that I wanted to provide to you guys so that you could, it would save you a step. Okay. It would save you a step whenever you were doing something. So for social media use, this is a new tab that we created. We wanted to give our marketing team the ability to grab stuff that maybe you guys would love to see featured, trains that you have coming up, stuff like to give them an idea of what we like, the direction we want to go, and what we would love to see as far as reels, posts, that sort of thing. So I created for social media use. Now, if you read my disclaimer up here, I'm asking you guys to post items that you'd love to see shared on both Niknax, Facebook, Instagram, and Crazy Lamp Lady pages. Now, I cannot guarantee that your items and your stuff will be shared, but if you post it here, it could be grabbed from here and shared. So I don't want you to think that if you post in this, it's going to be shared. This is like a place to pull from. But I cannot guarantee that these items will be shared. So this is a great tool. This is for our marketing team to pull from. So if you're sharing stuff in here, if you're saying, hey, I've got a train coming up, I'd love to have a reel out there on Niknax so that people know I'm having, this sale, that sort of thing. I don't know if you can post videos. I don't know if you can post videos yet via... we got to come up with a solution for that. Maybe I'll post a link or something that you could send videos to. I'll come up with an idea for that. But if you are posting on Instagram, if you're posting your own videos on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, you can tag Niknax.marketplace. You can tag Niknax, and we will see the videos. We will see the videos. Yes, he did ask for 1-minute videos, and I can share his email. I just want to see which email he would like me to share for that. Oh yeah, you could post the link as well. You can copy and post the link to your videos that you're sharing out there in this tab so that we have a direct link to them. That works too. Oh, look at this. This is live time. There we go. Check it out. I love it. All right, weekly feature. I updated the weekly feature. You now see all of the weekly features that are coming up. So next week is going to be hold my paper for the paperweight train. This is to get everyone involved in the paperweights. That's going to be our featured theme. Red, white, and blue. We're starting early for 4th of July. There we go. Colortastic. Obviously, this is now Carnival of Color, but I didn't want to update it. So it's just going to stay that way. And then I'm going to do a picnic theme. I saw some really fun picnic stuff out there. So I thought we could do a picnic theme for the end of the month. All right. Sellers chat. Obviously, you guys see all of those. The Color Carnival is now a chat channel. We updated the zoo. We changed it to Color Carnival. We have the paperweight train. District Updates is a chat channel that Mary uses to give you guys updates on important updates that you should be aware of. So make sure you have notifications turned on here. She doesn't spam this channel. It's important stuff. So you should keep this notifications turned on for that channel. Meet our team. We're all going to introduce ourselves on this chat channel. We just haven't gotten around to it yet. So you can expect you'll see our team members all listed on this one. This is to be announced. You might see something happening on the scavenger hunt tab this week. Hopefully I see you guys in Madison Bachville. Hint, hint. Zoo costume contest. Summer vacation. Should I talk about this now? I'm going to talk about this now. Okay, let's talk about this. All right. So, have you guys heard of the summer slowdown? Like, I feel like we have a lot of new resellers, obviously, but we have a lot of people who have been around reselling for a long time. And summer slowdown is a real thing. It's a real thing that resellers experience. I feel like a lot of retail experience. Please don't talk about it. It is a real thing that happens over the summer that a lot of people experience. Logan has never experienced it. He's one of the lucky ones. But a lot of resellers experience a summer slowdown. Basically, people are really busy during the summer. They're going on trips. Stuff is happening in the summer, and it affects. Obviously funds are a little tighter because people are going on vacation. Things are happening. So one thing that I've noticed, I've been reselling for since 13. I've been reselling for 12 years now. And I know a lot of people have been reselling for a minute. But like I said, we do have a lot of new sellers. So you might be like selling on the platform and be like, oh, my sales have stopped. What's happening? Oh no, this Niknax isn't working out. Well, hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully what we're seeing is the summer slowdown, that is quite common. So it was a topic that Christina and I were kind of talking about, and we were trying to figure out, okay, so how can we as a marketplace help our sellers overcome this summer slowdown that happens? And we were kind of thinking of, okay, what can we do to make this summer selling exciting? And how could we, attract people in? We shall conquer the summer slowdown. So I had this idea. We have lots of ideas, but we have this idea about summer vacation. A lot of people go on summer vacation, and I feel like, that probably does affect sales a little bit. So our idea was that we could encourage sellers to take buyers, to take their audience on vacation with them. So say you're going to the beach. You're going on a vacation to the beach. You can take your sellers with you, and you can have a sale at the beach. We really wanted to encourage you to take your audience to a new destination. Obviously, you have to consider that your cell phone signal, who's going to Italy? Yes. So that's one thing you have to consider. You have to consider your cell phone signal, whether you have access to Wi-Fi. Obviously, if your cell phone signal is strong, you're good. But we want to encourage you guys to take us to destinations that we may not have the opportunity to go to. But I was also thinking, when I did my chat the other day in my backyard, I was like, this is kind of cool too. I could just bring all my stuff home. I could have a sale in my backyard, and that could be like, I spend summer like just hanging out in my backyard. This is where I spend my time. And I thought this could be kind of green screen time. I thought, this could be really cool because obviously this is like a new setting. This is a new place. People might enjoy just the peacefulness of my backyard. You can hear the birds chirping and all of that. So one thing that we wanted to do was we wanted to create a thumbnail. So here is the thumbnail so we want to encourage everyone who is participating in this summer vacation event. It's basically a Niknax event. So, we have all of our other events. This is a summer long event. So this is Niknax summer vacation. Let's go places. One thing we wanted to offer was extended ship time, but we want you to let your buyers know, I am on vacation. I am away. Be very upfront, be very transparent. I am going to be back on this date. I will ship your items on this time, and we need you to follow through. If you are going to participate in this event, you need to follow through. I need that from you. Because we're going to do our best to help you guys through the summer slowdown, but I need you to follow through and make sure that you are being upfront, transparent with your buyers. So I did put this on the thumbnail, extended shipping, so that people see it. You might even want to include it in your title. You may want to repeat it multiple times. I'm thinking 5 business days we would extend it to 5 business days. Currently, the standard for our marketplace is 3 business days. We expect everyone to ship within 3 business days, but we would extend it to 5 business days. So you need to make sure that you're that your buyers know that we will be shipping within 5 business days. So, so there you have it. This is Knickknack summer vacation. I'm really excited for it. I think it would be really cool to see some people like to like get a wagon and like fill it up with stuff, like, you know, go to the beach. And if you have a good enough signal on the beach to like have a sale on the beach, like obviously you're not going to be doing big stuff. You're not going to be like hauling giant vases and stuff out there. But it could be like so much fun. Yeah. Yeah. But I just like, I think it could be a lot of fun to see new places. So I want to encourage you guys to use this thumbnail so that people know like, oh, this is going to be a destination. Like I might want to tune into this because where are we going to be? What are we going to see? You know, like this could be cool. You know, try to find some place where like other people may not have the opportunity to go or see. That could be really exciting. So that's one of the ways we wanted to get people excited for the summer. Where can we download this thumbnail? You can go right to the DoorDash is here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are you personal assistant?
No, it's DoorDash. Okay, so if you go to the thank you, Andrew. If you go to the summer vacation tab, you can just click on this thumbnail and you should be able to save image. I mean, obviously this is a Mac, but you should be able to just save it. The honey badger is here. He walked away. So there you go. So that is summer vacation. I mean, obviously we are also, okay, so that was one way that we considered like, let's help through the summer slowdown. Another thing that I wanted to reiterate, obviously sales are going to slow down a little bit. They always pick up as the holidays ramp back up. So once school, you know, picks back up, kids go back into school, things, you will see sales pick back up. That's kind of like the way things work. And then you'll see them real strong again through the holidays. So one thing I really wanted to suggest to all of you as we go through this together, it's going to be a team effort. We're going to do it together. I want to suggest that if you're doing live sales, make sure that you have your items preloaded. Give people some time to see your items, to see them out on. I mean, obviously, we're still going to be doing like I have a shop the shop today. Like it's just going to be like a spontaneous thing. But like if you're doing higher end items, if you're doing something that you want more money for, make sure it is preloaded so that people have eyes on it for a longer period of time. Like you can't just pick something up that you're expecting to get $65 for and be like, oh, let's run this right now. Like give it some time to sit out there and for people to get eyes on it, to follow it. Yeah, live thrifting is allowed. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, make sure that you have permission for where you're going to be at. I don't want you to be in the middle of a live and somebody come over and be like, I'm sorry, you can't do that here. Because that's not good. But yes, you can live thrift. Absolutely. I would just get prior permission wherever you're at. But also I wanted to reiterate, and I've talked about this in previous coffee chats, make sure, I don't want anyone to be disappointed. I don't want anyone to be disappointed to end their sale and be like, oh no, I lost money. Oh my gosh, that wasn't a good sale. So make sure that you are starting your items at the least amount that you are able or willing to accept. So if you guys have noticed, I've always started my items at $4. I've adapted. Not all my items are starting at $4 anymore. I've had to adapt. I'm starting some of my items higher. If I have more money in that item, I'm starting it higher because I've noticed that I wasn't getting what I needed to get out of it. So I'm starting it higher. If it doesn't sell, I'm switching it over to a buy it now. So there needs to be some ability to adapt to the summer slowdown and to be able to adapt to it. So don't be embarrassed. Don't feel bad if your item doesn't sell. Just be like, okay, well, this is a buy it now. Maybe you'll change your mind later and you can always come back for it, you know? Yeah, you always like in any business, you always have to be able to adapt. You always have to adapt. That is how you become successful. That is how you stay successful, is you adapt to changes. You know, if you keep doing the same thing, obviously the world is going to change around you and you're going to be stuck doing the same thing. And it's just, you're going to phase out. It's just going to happen. So adapt with it. You guys see, I mean, even some of the items that I get a good deal on, I know it's worth like way more. I'll start it lower because I have less money into it. I'm willing to pass on those savings. So that's another thing to consider. I don't want you guys outpricing yourselves. We still need to attract buyers. You know, that's really important. We still need to attract buyers. So don't outprice yourself. Don't be like, oh my gosh, well, I know this is worth like $115. If you have 20 bucks into it, it's worth $115. Like, decide where you'd be happy. Like, there's a huge gap there. Decide where you would be happy and where you know your buyer would be happy. Like, you know, I have 15 bucks into this. I'll start it at 60. A buyer can buy this, you know, at 60 bucks. I still have some room in it. And they can walk away like, oh my gosh, I got this great deal on Niknax. I'm going to go back and shop for more. Like, think about that. Just consider that, you know, like, if you have a good deal in it, consider passing along that deal because that's what's going to bring people back. But obviously if you have more money into it, don't give it away. Okay. I forgot to add. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm just kind of rambling. This is a longer discussion, but I would be more than happy to like go live on YouTube at some point and discuss all this with you guys. I could go on and on about business and talking about all of that. Where did my notes go? We're running out of time. I have a chat over on, our Niknax Handmade at 10:35. Oh, okay. I got the text over at 11:35. So I got to make sure I'm on time for that because you guys know I'm always trying to be on time for everything. Okay, let's see. Okay, speaking of Niknax Handmade, it is no longer Niknax Handmade. I don't know if anyone noticed. Surprise! We're rebranding Niknax Handmade. What? It's no longer Niknax Handmade. It is now mainlymade.com. Yes, it is now mainly made. It is going to be mainlymade.com. It is going to, it's still in conjunction with Niknax. You can still cross promote. You can still do all of that. We're just rebranding it because I think there was a lot of confusion. I mean, I thought it would be a good idea at first to have them like together like that. But also I feel like there was a lot of confusion. There are a lot of people applying to Niknax Handmade that I'm like, you don't need, this isn't your place. You need to be over there. Like, it's just like, so we had to, did I mess it up? Oh man, don't leave the I out of mainly. Yeah, make sure you write mainly, not manly, because that could, I don't know where that leads. I wouldn't try it. Don't do that. Just type it correctly. Okay. So we've rebranded. We're going to be changing over the URL. It will still redirect. So if you put in knickknacksmade.net, if you put in district.net/knickknacksmade, it'll still redirect to mainly made. We're gonna switch all that over. So Deranged Locket, that's why I didn't answer your question about the stamp. Like, that's why I've kind of like, I haven't been answering a lot of questions because I'm like, I had it in my head I was gonna rebrand, and so that's why we have the coffee chat at 11:35 because there's a lot of things I want to go over. So that's that's why I've kind of been like, ooh, you know, because we have things to discuss. Okay, so then we went over the new chat channels. One thing I think is very important to talk about very quickly is tagging. Please be tagging your items, and please be tagging your items correctly. Tagging. So I've noticed a lot of items are not tagged at all. So what that means, okay, so they're called tags, but they're not tags. So don't think of them as tags. They're called tags. They're not tags. The tags are actually categories. So when you're tagging your item, you're categorizing your item. So it's not a tag. Don't like get the word tag out of your head and just think of category. So you're categorizing your item when you're tagging them. You're categorizing. So if you're not categorizing your items, they're not in the categories. So when somebody's searching vases, if you haven't categorized your item, if you haven't tagged it, it's not showing up in vases. If you have no tags on any of your items are not showing up on the marketplace unless somebody searches for you specifically as a seller. And the chances of that are pretty slim. So you need to be tagging your items. Also, you need to remember that, what was I going to say? Just tag, it's not like a hashtag. It's not like, it's not like when you post a picture of yourself and you want it to like be seen by everyone. So you're like, hashtag Kim Kardashian, hashtag, I don't even know. But you know how like some people like tag like all of the most popular tags right now? You don't do that on Niknax. Like you can't tag a bracelet, vases, tag Halloween, tag salt and pepper shakers, tag blah, blah, blah. Like just tag it for what it is because it's not like a hashtag. You just tag it what it is. You don't tag it like all the things to get seen. Like, because I'm constantly untagging stuff. Our whole team is constantly in there cleaning up tags. It's really like a thing. We're constantly in there untagging stuff that people have tagged. It's a lot of work, but like you guys don't even realize we're in the background untagging stuff that have been tagged like crazy. We're like, that doesn't belong there, untag. That doesn't belong there, untag. Like that's what we're doing in the background. You can use multiple tags. Like if it's an art glass vase, you can say art glass vase, but don't be like art glass vase salt and pepper shakers if it's a vase. That's what I mean. Like don't do that. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right. So we talked about Color Carnival. Color Carnival dates. It's our next Knickknack sponsored event. We're closing out of the zoo. We have one more week of costume contest. Our next event is Color Carnival. It is June 22nd and 23rd. The signups are going to go live on Thursday. This Thursday, May 30th at 5:30 p.m. Pacific and 8:30 p.m. Eastern. That is when the signups go live. I will tell you that the signups fill up like this. So set your alarms, update your app, make sure you are ready to go. Make sure you are ready to go because they fill up quickly. So you need to be ready to go when the signups are posted. Christina will usually post in the chat channel prior to posting the signups. So she'll give you guys a little bit of a like, hey, like here's the deal. And so if you have your notifications turned on for that specific chat channel, the Color Carnival chat channel, have it turned on. So hang on, I'm going to be late for my other chat. It's okay. So here is, again, the marketplace. Let me scooch this over. Here's the Color Carnival right here. You're going to click this. And there should be a way, maybe it's right here. Oh yeah. Okay. So here's your notification settings. So right now I have mine turned off because I get 7 million notifications a day. But if you wanted to be notified of every notification through this chat channel, or maybe like on that day, you want to turn the notifications on, these are your notification settings. And you can do this for every chat channel. So if you wanted to see all of the chats in any of these chat channels, you can update them. Okay. So as I was telling you earlier, these district updates from Mary are super important. So you would click on this, you would, click on this little carrot and you would say, okay, I need to see all messages. As you can see, she doesn't post very often, but this is a very important chat channel. So you may want to turn on, this is where you're going to see updates like, oh, we have this, I'm just like, as an example, we have the Android app. So that would be posted here. And then people will be like, oh my gosh, it's available, but it's not yet. So that was just an example. I was just using that as an example. Okay. So there you go. So that is when it's going to be posted. Again, signups for the Color Carnival, the next Niknax event. I'm sorry, the next event is Paperweights. Paperweights is the next event, but that's already filled. So the next Knickknacks event that is not yet filled is going to be, the signups are going to be Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Okay. And in this event, you can either choose, one color. You can challenge yourself. You can choose one color, or you can choose all the colors and just make it like a crazy, colorful rainbow of color. Okay. You are permitted. That doesn't sound right. That sounds like somewhere else. You can get crazy. You can add your own spin on it. You can get creative. You are encouraged to be creative. You can put your own spin on it. If you are, like, say you specialize in a certain thing and you want to be like, oh my gosh, my passion is art glass, like, and I want to go crazy with colorful art glass, do it. Like, just showcase what you're passionate about using the theme. You know what I mean? So there you go. Heads up, the July train is Tutti Frutti. The Tutti Frutti train is the July train. That is on. No, wait, I lied. This is just one of the trains in July. I'm like, wait, no. Tutti Frutti train is going to be on July 20th and the 21st. Is that the Tutti Frutti train? Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm reading this right. I'm like, am I reading this right? 20th and the 21st. Christina and Stacy are doing this one. Stacy is going to be our honorary conductor for this event. Stacy Pixie Sticks is our honorary conductor. So July 20th and 21st. Signups are not released for this. We don't have a date yet. Also, we have our holiday train, which is another Knickknack sponsored event for July. It is July 27th and July 28th. One thing I will say is, as our marketplace grows, we have introduced 2 trains a month. So we have 2-day Niknax trains a month. There's one like big one, but we're doing like a side one. So obviously we still have the holiday one is like the zoo, the floral train. It's going to be the holiday train. But the paperweight train, the fruity truity train, those are kind of like, side trains. We want to encourage you guys that, like, if you've participated in another train, think about like how many people are in the marketplace and be like, you know what, I'll sit this one out. I'll let somebody else, get a shot at this one. So just think about that, because I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, the marketplace is filling up really fast, and eventually it's going to be like the trains are going to fill up the same people every single time because they have the fastest internet. So just think about that, be like, oh, you know what, I'll sit this one out. I'll let somebody else get a shot at it. So just think about that. Because I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, how could we open this up and make sure? And we did add, maybe in the future we would maybe figure out a way to like rotate the sellers or like do a raffle or something like that. But I feel like we're a community, and we can, just be considerate of other, like that sounds like people aren't being considerate of others, but just like think about it, be like. And then another thing I wanted to talk about is if you're participating in a train, also think about if you're able to do it. I think a lot of people struggled with this last zoo train. Granted, now we're kind of opening up the parameters a little bit. We're saying you can either pick one or you can do all, but also consider like, okay, am I going to be able to do this? So think about that. Be like, okay, am I going to be able to find all of this holiday stuff by this deadline? Think about that. The zoo was a little tough, I will admit. We had a lot of people who struggled with the zoo one. The zoo was I even was like, oh crap, where am I going to find all this? And then I only had some butterflies, and I'm like, I'm going to make it work. We're going to make it work. Let's see. Maker made on mainly made. I like that. All right. So we are introducing another train. Niknax train. It is going to be based on our weekly feature. We talked about this previously, that we were in the works thinking about it. And we're going to move forward with that. It is going to be just a laid back, chill thing. You don't have to feel like pressure. Like it's not a big deal. It's not the zoo train. It's not a thing. Like it's just supposed to be a fun thing. So we're gonna call it Fast Friday Freight. Fast Friday Freight. It's a tongue twister. Fast Friday Freight. Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one. Maybe we should reconsider that title. And it is going to be every Friday. It took me two tries. So we're gonna post the signups. Okay. I think the first one is gonna be July. June. What's the next month? June. The first one's gonna be June. First week of June. Like, what month is it? It's bad enough I can't figure out the day. Now I'm like, what month is it? The first week in June. And so it's gonna. This is the thing. This is the thing, though, is we're adding another day to the paperweight train. That makes it a 4-day train because the theme that week just happens to be paperweights. What? Yeah, we were talking about this and we're like, oh yeah, we should do this based on the weekly theme. And then I was like, oh, when do you want to start? And she's like, well, let's start the first week of June. And I was like, well, let me see what the theme is on the first week of June. Oh, the theme is paperweights. So it's gonna be June 7th. Is that, yeah, June 7th, and it's going to be paperweights. So 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th is a paperweight extravaganza here on Niknax. Hopefully people don't get tired of paperweights. So that's going to be, Christina is going to post signups this Friday. This Friday? It says Friday. I'm assuming this Friday. At 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific. So we're calling it Fast Friday Freight because it's going to be 15 minutes. That's all you get, 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we thought that would be really fun. It's the speed round. Speed round. Boom. Speed round. Yeah, so have your items preloaded. Have them at like 20 seconds and just like, yeah. Yeah, it'll be really fun. It'll be really fun, but it'll be based off of the weekly theme. So that's why I went through and I posted the weekly themes for the whole month so that you guys would have an idea for what's coming up, and you can plan for it. But that goes back to what I said earlier is don't sign up unless you can commit. It's going to be, yes, it's going to be every Friday, but it's just going to be a casual thing. I don't want anyone to be discouraged from doing their own lives. Like, don't be discouraged from doing your own lives at the same time of this train. Like, the only train, like we've said in the past, like, don't schedule trains during the Niknax train, but this one, you can schedule trains at the same time. You can, the one we really care about is our big Niknax event, which is usually the second to last weekend of the month. And you can always schedule sales during it, but we just thought it would be fun. 15-second time slots. And then you can, like, so if you wanted to participate in the theme that week, obviously we're going to list stuff throughout the week. We're going to tag it on the main page. We have our weekly theme feature every week. And then at the end of the week on Friday, we'll have 15-minute time slots to sell the stuff that's in the theme. And it just kind of was like so cohesive that we were like, this is a great idea. Let's do it. How much time do we have? We have a few more minutes. And we're getting down to it. Okay, so Christina always puts, yes. Oh, that's one thing I will talk about is we're going to talk about Handmade Market over on my, so after this, I'm going to go over to Mainly Made our other marketplace here on District, and I'm going to have another coffee chat, and we're going to discuss trains, events, promoting, marketing, all the things. That's coming up next after this. I'm going to be live over on Mainly Made at 11:35. That's where I'm heading next. So join us over there if you want to like chit chat about handmade. It'll be fun. Okay, let me see. You know, I was thinking though, Christina, now that I'm thinking about it, we have the handmade market on 4th Friday. So maybe we'll skip 4th Friday. That makes sense to skip 4th Friday. I don't know. We'll talk about it. Okay. Let's see. All right. I can't look at the chat. Otherwise I'll get distracted. Okay. Christina always puts on my list. Everybody be kind. Everybody be kind. I don't know why we need this reminder every week, but sometimes we do. We need a reminder to please be kind. Please be kind. Please understand that everybody sells differently. Everybody sells differently. Everybody has a different way of selling. Everybody has different price points. Everybody sells different stuff. And we need to be respectful of that, and we need to be kind. You know, I've talked about this before. You could have 10 high-end things that you are starting, you know, at higher prices. You could sell one thing and make $100, and you could be happy with that because all you have to ship out is one thing. Good for you. You ship out one thing, you made $100 in that sale. You know, you didn't sell 9 of those things, but you sold one thing, you made $100 versus another seller who could have 10 things, could be selling them for, you know, $10 a piece, could make $100 and then have 10 things to ship out. They're not as high end, you know, but you've sold 10 things, you have 10 things to ship out, you've made $100. That's 2 different ways to sell, 2 different approaches to selling, and there's nothing wrong with that. So everyone needs to be respectful of how other people sell. It all works. We all approach it differently. Personally, I'd rather only be shipping out 1 item than 10. But it all just depends. You know, you might not have the money to invest in those high-end items. You know, you may be investing in those 10 smaller items, and that's okay. What we don't need is we don't need shaming of people in their sales for starting their items higher. That's not okay. If you see that, I give you permission to say that's not okay. And then screenshot it and send it to me because I want to know that that's happening. We don't need to be sending messages telling people that that they're doing it wrong. That's not okay. We don't do that. We just all... This is very specific, isn't it? We all need to be kind, okay? That is very important. And it's just not a thing that we do here on Niknax. I don't take kindly to it. So just remember that. Remember that everybody does it differently, and that's okay. That's okay. And you might learn something from someone else. You know, you might see somebody like doing something and you might be like, oh my gosh, I really like the way they do that. It's just like we're all in this community. We're all learning from one another. And I think it's a wonderful place. And we just don't need negativity because then it just like kind of weasels its way in and starts spreading. And then we become like other platforms that are just toxic. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to do that. New sellers going live this week. We have new sellers going live every single day, it seems. It is so great. Make sure that if you see a new seller live, one thing I love is that when I'm going through the live streams tab, I can see new sellers are putting like my first live. I'm going live for the first time. And I love to pop in to those sales and be like, hey, what do you like? This is great. You're doing a good job. Like, and I want to encourage you guys to do the same. Like, pop into those sales, check it out, check out their items, give them some encouragement. Be like, oh my gosh, like, so great to have you here on Knickknacks. Like, just, I mean, that's what it's all about here. You know, we want to encourage everybody because that's what we're about. Oh my gosh, you bought an iPhone to have your first sale. I love that. Yes, we have the music train. We've got lots of trains. Let me show you real quick what we've got coming up. And then I'm going to swap on over to the other marketplace and do a little chit chat over there. All right, let's go to Niknax. Here we are. Oh, I'm already there. I just got to scroll up. Okay, so here is what we have going. Look, now we have our what's live right now. Wow, look at all this. This is, we hit a record. I think it was last week. We had 8 sales at the same time. How cool is that? How cool is that? Tonight at 8. Awesome. Oh my gosh. So exciting. So exciting. So Diana is going to be live at 12:30. I'm going to be live at 2 with my Shop the Shop. I just scheduled that this morning. I've been really bad about scheduling my sales. See, I needed those those generic thumbnails because I'm like, wow. Look at all this. Look at all this happening. New Life Pottery, the Groovy Train. We love the Groovy Train. Ooh, Roaches. Genie Bird is going live. Shop the Shelves. No Junk. Oh, my first Niknax live. Look. I expect everyone to be there and be like, hey, how's it going? Moonrise Vintage, first show, Vintage Variety. Vintage and Vino. Jenny K is going to be live. There's so much happening here on the marketplace. And then tomorrow we kick it off with the early birds. That's too early for me. 7. No, I'm just kidding. Sometimes I'm up and I'm like, hi, good morning. Vintage stuff you love. Sometimes I'm there. And sometimes I'm there at 7 o'clock. But anyway, I think we're gonna have to wrap this up because I gotta hop over to Mainly Made. So I did want to show you guys real quick. Let me show you before I stop it. So here is the Mainly Made marketplace. The URL is mainlymade.com. That's going to be our home. And here it is. We are at 867 members, 191 sellers. We have lives happening today. Me and Connie is going to be doing granny squares at the farm. Look at those goats. They're so cute. So yeah, there you have it. This is the handmade. And look, we have Father's Day featured. Look, this is so good. I was laughing so hard when I saw these. Are these not wonderful? Wouldn't you love to give these to your father for Father's Day? So perfect. They're cat butt coasters. I saw those and I was laughing so hard. It was like, it wasn't that funny, but I was dying. And just like, why is that so funny? And I was like, I don't know, but they're cat butts. See, I'm going to start laughing again. Okay. So on that note, I want to wish everyone a wonderful week. It's going to be a great week. I hope to see some of you in Madison. I hope, is anyone here even going to Madison Bachville? I hope you are. Anyone, show of hands, Madison Bachville? I know it's the spring show. Everyone's like, oh, spring show. Okay, August. I know, August. It's this weekend, Madison Bachville in New York. Yay, Christina! Yeah, I know you're going to, yeah. Anybody? It's this weekend. And then in August is the big Madison Bachville Antique Week. So the Antique Week is like the full, it's almost 2 weeks. It's almost 2 weeks because it's longer than a week. They just call it a week. And it's going to be crazy. Yeah, it's in upstate New York, central New York, Fabius area. That's where my family's from. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, we're going to be there. And if you're there, it might be fun. We might be having a fun thing there. but you got to be there. Now I'm like, oh, is nobody going to be there? All right. Well, I'm going to hop on over to Mainly Made. I'm sorry I didn't get to questions today, but if you guys do have questions, you can always post them in the seller chat. If it's a seller related question, you can always post. Yes, the shop is at 2 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Eastern. And then tomorrow I'm doing a pottery sale. It's not going to be shop to shop tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a pottery sale. I've got lots. I bought all that Hager and mid-century style pottery when I was with Sandy and George in Ohio. So I have the that pottery. And it's potter, yay. Yes. All right. So yes, if you have questions, post them in the chat channels. Now I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to hop over there. And hopefully I'll see you over there. Or if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, I'm just going to pop up again. So, all right. I'll see you guys. You all have, we're going to do a raid. We're going to do a raid. We were supposed to raid into Gina, but I don't think that she was doing well. So let's see here. Oh, she's live. Okay, let's raid into Gina. Here we go. End stream and raid. Everybody have a wonderful day.